Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
And welcome to the Comic Queens podcast. I'm Alex.
And I'm Annie. And today, Alex and I are super excited to talk about some new reads in the new year. We took some different ideas for what a new series was. I think yours is probably more accurate.
But January new,
like started in the new year.
Yeah.
I think mine was more like series that have just kind of started out. They're like starting to get going. And they're going to be really good ones to continue with this year. So, you know, we all have different ideas for things. But with the start of the new year does come a lot of series releases, whether that's comeback series or just series returning from hiatuses. So there's a bunch of exciting stuff to dive into today.
So the first series that has returned is Hanbol. It has been back since January 4th. And it's a Sunday release now, so read along with me every Sunday.
And I'll catch up eventually, maybe. It is technically on my New Year's resolutions this year, so I feel like Manta is mocking me a little bit.
It's so good. And the new episode, fabulous.
Okay.
Loved it.
I trust you. It's fine. We did also get another series release starting here in January called The Taming. This is on Tapas, and this series is by the same creator as Define the Relationship, Chada. I have looked at the art. I haven't started the story yet, but it is beautiful. There was 14 episodes to start out with, and it is releasing every week. So I definitely recommend following along. It seems like, you know, unrequited forbidden love. And what more could you want there?
I mean, really, I love a forbidden love story.
And you know the art is going to be gorgeous.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely reading that one. Now, there is also a really exciting comeback for a series coming in later in the month, which is Low Tide and Twilight. It is coming out mid-January, and it will come back with side stories. So, I've
Very
seen
exciting.
some snippets. Some alternate universe stuff might happen. And I am genuinely excited to see how it's going to go.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
So, the last one we have is A First of Summers. This comes back on January 29th, which gives me a little bit of time to catch up because I had fallen off before it went on hiatus or season end. So, I'll need to catch up on that one. I'm pretty sure you are.
Yeah, I'm very caught up. I've been like waiting for this to happen. Just waiting, you know, heavy breathing in a corner. Just, you know, I don't know. Whenever it happens, but I'm ready. And yeah, once you catch up on it, we're going to have to read along because it's fantastic.
Yeah, I don't think I have that much to read. I was pretty caught up on it and then just got distracted by some other shiny story.
You know how we do. So I am going to go ahead and dive into some of the new series I'm going to be talking about today. And I am starting us out with one of the best series I've started to date, honestly. This series had me hooked from the very beginning. It's called You Are My World. This is an Omegaverse, which is not usually my bag. I've read plenty of them, but like it's not something that I go, it's an Omegaverse, I'm reading it immediately. This series is on Leeson with 10 episodes. It released on November 6th, and it's a 3rd, 13th, and 23rd release. And this story follows two childhood friends, Juyuk and Sua, who loved each other from the very beginning. So you get to see them as little kids. One of them is just a little crybaby. Sua is just sitting there getting bullied, and he has no idea how to stand up for himself. And Juyuk is just this little tough, you know, bruised and battered kid who takes all of the hits for Sua and protects him. Mm-hmm. And you get to see them as kids just promise that they're going to marry each other. Because Juyuk is like, well, you can't protect yourself, so I have to be there to do it for you. And Suha just hugs him really tight and smiles. And they just genuinely have so much love for one another. And it's so unique because you get to see this love transform immediately into like when their secondary genders are revealed. And everyone expected Suwa, the crybaby, to be this, you know, pathetic Omega. Everyone expected Juyuk, this super tough and rough around the edges kid, to be the alpha. And it's the opposite. And Suwa doesn't take mind to this. He goes, we're still compatible. Like, I'm an alpha, you're an Omega. We're meant to be together. We're still going to get married. And Juyuk is embarrassed of being an Omega. He goes, I'm not an Omega. How in the world am I an Omega? I'm super tough. Like, he just doesn't feel like he hits those stereotypes. And so as you get to see them now in adulthood, you're trying to, one, come to the understanding that Joo-hyuk is, which is, I'm an Omega, but I don't have to be this weakling that depends on everybody else. I can stand up for myself. He's competing to be some judo champion. And like genuinely, he is feared in his, sports sphere.
Are there lots of Omegas that are in this sports world or no?
Mm-mm. Yeah. At least not outwardly. But you do find out Suwa is like a painting major. Mm-hmm. He's just still really sweet and sensitive. He comes to try to pick up Joo-hyuk and walk him home every day. And Joo-hyuk wants nothing to do with him. Like they've started growing apart because of the differences.
Aww.
And it breaks Suwa's heart. You see Suwa constantly chasing him. And the roles are kind of reversed now. Like Joo-hyuk doesn't want someone that he has to rely on, but he does end up having to rely on Suwa, and the way that he creates that distance and separation between them, you get to see the struggles that Suwa is going through as well. I am so excited to see a very happy ending for them, but it also is just one that kind of pulls on the heartstrings because you want them to be happy. You know it will happen.
Yeah.
But we're not quite there yet.
Yeah. Lots of internal conflict in that one.
Lots of internal conflict, but it is absolutely gorgeous, and I highly recommend it.
I'm glad you love it. This is one that you have said you were excited about before, so I'm definitely going to have to read this one too. I think it sounds great.
Yeah, you have to. Sorry.
So the first one that I read is called The Visitor of the Night. This is on Webtoon. It's a brand new series. This came out on January 3rd. So there have been 4 episodes released. There are some additional episodes that are available for coins, but I only started with just the regular release, mostly because I have other series that I already spend coins on every single week, and I just don't think that I can financially do both right now. So this one is a drama. It's an amnesia story. It's tagged with obsession, so it sounds right up our alley.
So we know why you picked it.
Yes, exactly. This one is about Seyeon, and she is a young woman who is living on her own. She has a son who is 4. When it starts off, the opening starts off pretty strong. Okay. It starts off with her having a sex dream about a man who she does not remember.
So she has known this person.
She thinks so.
Okay.
And she's kind of reflecting on herself, and she's like, is this the father of my son? Like, I don't know.
She doesn't know who the father of her kid is.
So this is where you find out that she, 4 years ago, woke up in DC with no memory of the last 4 months, and she was pregnant. Her brother, she was supposed to be in San Francisco. Her brother flew out to get her, and she had said she has never even been to DC. She was like, I've never been here. I don't know what's going on.
That is creepy.
Yeah. So she is obviously confused. Her family, it's her father and her brother. And they at first kind of pressure her to not go through with the pregnancy or to give the baby up for adoption. And she holds strong to what she wants. And she's like, no, I want this baby. This is what feels right for me. So this is what I'm going to do. And the father and the brother do come around. They like absolutely adore their grandson and nephew. Mm-hmm. So they just were kind of like putting in their opinion. But once it was made clear that she was not going to do that, like they were on board. So they're good family.
We love a supportive family.
Yes, we love them. They were great. Now, the father, they're like a chaebol family. So they're all very high up and wealthy. And the father is not in good health right now. So he's getting an attending doctor to come with him to his vacation home where his daughter's going to be with the grandson.
Yeah.
So then we meet our other main character, and his name is Logan. And he is kind of reminiscing about a girl who he loved 4 years ago.
Convenient time difference.
Very convenient time difference. And he's talking with another one of his physicians, and they're talking about how he's in a really good spot now, and that he's kind of moved up in the world since he's moved on from this. And internally, he's like, nah, I haven't moved on from this.
That's cute. I'm in the exact same place.
Actually, I have not moved on. I still love her and want to find her. But he is happy to have this job as a doctor because he's going to get to go to this nice new location. It's a vacation house. Like, it's going to be a very kind of low stakes doctor experience. Mm-hmm. And so he goes, and who does he find wheeling the father in but someone who he recognizes and calls Aaron. Now, Seiyun does not know that she's Aaron.
So she doesn't even, this isn't even a made-up name that she's aware that she uses.
No. Something happened very quickly. Because it was only 4 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was love at first sight. So you do find out from his point of view, too, that what happened, what he remembers is that she was working at a cafe and a belligerent customer tried to attack her, and he jumped in to save her, got a huge gash on his arm, had to be taken in an ambulance, and she goes with him to make sure he's okay. And then while they're in the hospital, he's like, you know what? I don't think that you can take care of yourself. You should move in with me. And she's like, sure. So, I mean, it's wild.
Seiyun, you freak.
Things happen pretty fast. But then he's like, one day she just vanished and I have no idea what happened. And at first he's like, why are you pretending like you don't know who I am? What is going on? And then he sees on her phone her son, and he's like, her son looks about 4, which would be the time that I knew her. And instead of thinking, oh, maybe that's my kid, he thinks, well, it has to be a different person because she would never have been one to cheat on her partner with someone else.
Yeah.
So he's kind of backed off a little bit. And Seiyun is like, why do I feel weird around this guy? I have no idea what's going on, but I just feel like my skin is buzzing and I feel flustered and I don't know what to do. And it's because you love him.
Yeah.
Ma'am.
You've loved him and you're going to love him.
Now, here's the kicker. The closing panel of the last episode that I've read, we find out that Seiyun has a fiance. We know nothing about him except for he's pretty good looking as well. So this is going to be a love triangle. And I'm not usually a fan of love triangles. I do always prefer things to be thruples. So
we'll have to see if you get your throuple out of this one.
I don't think I'm going to. That's absolutely not the direction that this is going to go in.
No.
But there's enough of a mystery of what happened that I'm still curious.
Yeah. Keeping your eye out.
The description, I don't feel truly matched what the story was. It's still good, but when I was reading the description, it says that a man comes to visit her in her dreams every night. Mm-hmm. And that piqued my interest. I was like, oh, what's he doing there?
What's he doing in there? Hey, man.
But it's more just about the fact that, she's gonna figure out that this guy is the father of her child.
And the man of her dreams.
And then she's gonna have to figure out, what do I do? I'm already promised to another man.
Yeah. I mean, that's a debacle.
Yeah.
To be fair, with it being a Chable story, I automatically assume that it's an arranged marriage.
Yeah.
And that she doesn't really have much of an attachment to the fiancé.
I don't know. I guess we'll see. Because he hasn't really been introduced at all.
We just got to look at his pretty face.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Very last panel. He could be a bad man. Who's to say?
You know what? I do find myself rooting for second male leads a lot.
I know. And see, I don't. I want them to be evil so I don't have to like them.
I hope that he's the nicest. Just so it makes it harder for you.
No.
Well, it sounds really good. Honestly, I will probably have to read that one because I saw the cover and it looks really good.
It's beautiful. And I feel like you're really going to like these characters.
Probably.
So,
Look at me. You know me better than I know myself sometimes. So, the next one that I read for today that I consider a new series is called Superfish. This is by Peglo, the same creator as To the Stars and Back. So, automatically, you had me sold. I love this series so far. It's on Webtoon. It's a supernatural BL with 10 episodes. It started releasing on November 24th. So there are about 10 episodes. It'll be easy to catch up on. And I'm saying this because I'm expecting you will be reading this one soon.
Definitely.
This story follows DJ, or Dananjay is his full name. And he and his friends at school are part of the occult club. When I say that they're part of, I mean that they're like the founding members and the only members of the club.
I love that.
They have a very hard time getting other people to join.
So you mean it's like a Comma Queens club?
Yeah, basically. So they go out and explore these supposedly haunted areas. And they pull sticks to see who comes back with the shortest stick. And that person has to go in by themselves and grab an object.
No.
And bring back a potentially haunted object to put into their little collection box.
Absolutely not.
Right? That's what I'm saying. So they all are going to this abandoned school. They're pulling sticks to see who pulled which stick. And they have one of their friends who's scared shitless, like literally shaking. He pulls the shortest stick. And DJ doesn't actually believe in it. He's just joined the club so that he can be with his friends. So he's like, fine, I'll go. And he takes the stick and he starts walking through. And right beforehand, they had done this hype up where they go, okay, just so you know, the rumor is that, you know, once you're walking through the hall, you're going to hear music playing. And the only time you hear the music is if the ghost is going to kill you. So they're like right there, they're going to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
So DJ goes in, he's looking around for an object. He's like, I'll just go into one of the classrooms, grab it really quick, and then I'll go back. And all of a sudden he hears music playing and sees a light on in one of the rooms. And it's coming from the bathroom. So he's like, what do I do? Like, do I just walk past? And as he's getting near the door to potentially walk past it, he's like leaning through, and it's this multicolored, what you can assume is like an interdimensional door.
Mm-hmm.
And so he sees it, he puts his fingers through, and he's like, that was weird. And then he turns to look, and on his shoulder is a giant rat. And so he screams, and he like falls through the interdimensional door and falls into just like a regular living room. Okay?
Yeah.
So he's there. He's looking around. Where the hell am I? This is where the music was coming from, was through this interdimensional door, because it's a record that's playing. And as he looks around, there's like a broom and dustpan that are cleaning the floor by themselves, and like dishes are doing themselves. Kind of the dream, actually. But he looks around and he's like, oh my gosh, I need to get out of here. Like, this is crazy. And as he does, he bumps into somebody. And it's this beautiful, shirtless, just out of the shower man with blue hair and bright yellow eyes.
Fun.
DJ, not impressed and not very happy about this. And he's kind of terrified. And the person immediately looks at him and goes, oh, you almost had me fooled. And he starts picking him up by his throat and is like, how dare you come here to my house? I was trying to relax. You know, all this. And DJ is still just horrified, now also getting choked. And he's like, what is happening? Please let me go. And he turns, and this blue-haired man looks at the rat, and the rat turns into a person.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm just painting a picture for you here. The rat turns into a picture, which turns out to be an enemy. And this blue-haired man and the rat man are now in a fight with like red and blue superpowers going on.
Yeah.
And DJ's just sitting there like, what in the world did I get myself into? This is a dream at this point. I have no idea what happened. I must have passed out. So as the fight is going on, the blue-haired guy screams over to DJ and says, you've got to toss me something quick. And he seals away the rat man's powers into a rubber ducky. And the blue-haired guy gets knocked out for a second. The rat guy gets knocked out for a second, but the rat guy starts going after the duck. Mm-hmm. And DJ's like, okay, I've gotten enough of a feel of this situation now that I feel like Rat Man should not touch the duck. So he goes to grab it, and both the rat guy and the blue-haired guy are like, don't do that. And he does it anyways. And it basically looks like he gets electrocuted, and then he wakes up in his bed.
Okay.
So, was it a dream? Was it not a dream? It wasn't a dream. He goes downstairs, and the blue-haired guy is petting his pet cat. So, he finds out that blue-haired guy is a man named Superfish in where he dwells. The name actually means superior one.
That's funny.
But here in the real world, it's Superfish. And he's a witch. So he, pulls no punches in just really stunning DJ at this point. DJ's just like, what the fuck did I get myself into? So he explains that what he did was he pulled the core out of that other witch and he put it into the rubber ducky, and the core is what supplies your magic powers. And unfortunately, since DJ came in contact with it, he got the magic powers.
Oh, no.
So he's like, I'm going to need that back, like right now. So he tries to take it. DJ's like, okay. And as he tries to take it, it's excruciatingly painful. And so DJ pushes him away. He's like, don't do that to me. That really hurt. So unfortunately, now he's got a little bit of a problem on his hands because Superfish refuses to leave those core powers unsupervised. And DJ has to go back to school. So now Superfish is a student at his school and they get to go to school together. That is how the story starts.
That sounds like so much fun.
It is so fun. I have found myself laughing out loud at this one multiple times. And even just in going back to take some notes, I was laughing again and found myself rereading it because it's great.
Couldn't help yourself.
Couldn't help myself. It is so good.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I've seen the cover. It looks really good. And of course, we love To the Stars and Back. So it has to be good.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I know. Also, I will say To the Stars and Back does have the final volume coming out in the next couple of months.
Is it a 2?
It's just a 2-parter.
That's exciting.
So if you haven't bought To the Stars and Back, you could unlock it on Webtoon, or you could own your own physical copies. And
or you could do both.
You could be like us and do both. But listen, do as we say and not as we do. Okay? Yeah. That is a real thing.
Yeah. I went the opposite direction of you. Okay. You went comedy. I went horror.
Okay.
So this next story that I have for you is called Turn Off the Lights.
Nope. Also, I will do not that.
Also a brand new story on Webtoon. It's a horror BL. Now, it's not very far along. Obviously, it just started on January 1st, but it's a single page release. And it has been releasing a single page every day, which is fun.
Yeah.
This is a dark blue and cream only color palette. So it's very it's got that dual chrome, just looks really unique. And it's a zombie horror. So it was made for me.
And it was not made for me.
The body horror in this one already is why I started reading it. I was like, this is so creepy. I have to read it.
I'm so happy for you.
So we start off with our main character. His name is Cry. And really all we know so far is that he is just talking about how the dead are coming back to life. Very typical of a zombie story intro. And he comes into contact with another man. We don't know his name right now. From reading the description, I do know that his nickname is Death. So I'm sure he's going to be a great character, and we're going to love him. Or at least me, since you may not read this one.
I will live vicariously through you.
And he says to Cry, don't associate with people like me, and then just kind of abandons him. So really the only other thing that I have found out so far is just that these zombie people, it's really untraditional zombie in that they almost don't even look like people anymore. Like one has extra limbs, one has half a mouth that is like down on a lower jaw and half that is like way up on
So they're kind
top
of just
of the
monsters.
head. So it's just like a monster. And they come from the sewers. That's all I know so far. I love it.
It sounds like some Resident Evil kind of stuff.
It's super creepy. The color scheme alone is just gorgeous. And I just love the body horror of it all. And I feel like I'm really going to love this character, Death, once I get to know him a little bit better.
Once he stops abandoning the main character.
Yeah. I think that they're going to become friends.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
We're hoping.
One can only hope.
Oh my gosh. Well, I will listen to this one through you.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll take a peek at the pictures. Just, for science.
I'll show you.
Well, the last story I have to talk about is possibly the one that I'm most excited about out of all of them. This story is holistic. It's on Webtoon, and it released on November 26th. So it has 9 episodes right now. It is a drama comedy. So I'm keeping up with the comedies here right now, if you can't tell. This story follows Amber, and she is a tarot reader, part-time. She's not good at it. So she has like this pretty blue wig. She's shuffling her cards. And what she's done is taken all of the cards that can be perceived as bad out of the deck.
Yeah.
Because no one wants to pay for a reading that's super negative. But as she's doing her first reading, you see that she forgot to take one of the bad cards out and then has to like do a little shimmy to change what card was pulled. And a lot of people have mixed reviews. So on like the equivalent of Yelp or whatever, they're like, what even was that experience? And she loves doing it. It's more of a passion project for her. She's not making very much money from it. But as she goes to close up shop for the day after having a pretty bad day of readings, this guy comes in and he just looks off. Like very different, His outfit's really well put together, but he's got like grandma looking glasses, the ones with the chain that go behind your head, and he's in this really nice sweater and like white pants, which she was very disturbed by.
I mean, no one should wear white pants. It's just asking for an accident.
It's asking for problems. So this guy walks in asking for a reading. She goes ahead and shuffles the card and lays them out, and he goes, wrong. This card, I was supposed to have the death card and it's supposed to go right in the middle. Shuffle it with all of the cards. Like, you're cheating. And she's like, okay, but like, yeah, he just called me out entirely. So she reshuffles the cards. She does the entire spread again, and he was right. Like, to the T, everything facing in the specific direction. The card that was missing was there now. And she's like, okay, well, that was weird. And he just goes, good job, like laying out your cards. By the way, you should be my apprentice.
Apprentice in what?
That's her question too. So she's like, no, you're creepy. Don't like the vibes. I'm going to leave now. And she leaves, goes to her cafe job the next day. And who shows up but the troublesome customer, Gareth. And Gareth goes, fancy seeing you here. I'm here all the time. And she goes, no, you're not. I work here all the time, and I've never seen you here before today.
Suspicious.
Yeah. So he's made it obvious he's looking to have her as an apprentice. An apprentice for what? Who's to say? But she says no. She's like, what do you think? I can just ditch my actual jobs to come and do some frivolous little apprenticing with you? I've got to make money for myself. And he's like, okay, well, here, I'm going to give you this ring. And at this specific time, I want you to pull these numbers. And those are going to be the winning lottery numbers. And then when you win the lottery, you have to come and promise to meet back up with me and talk to me about the apprenticeship. And she's like, okay, sure. And she goes and does it just out of curiosity alone. And she wins $1 million.
I mean, really, she had nothing to lose.
Yeah. She had nothing to lose, and she won $1 million.
Yeah.
So her dad, who has very much wanted her to stay away from all of this tarot reading, he's like, it's not going to take you anywhere. Leave it alone. She's now going to meet up with Gareth, who says, people have called us a lot of different things, tarot readers, fortune tellers. We like to be called seers because all of us have different powers, but we are paid like by wealthy customers to foresee the future, help them make business decisions. Like, this is a job that you can make a lot of money from, and especially if you're good at it. And he's like, you have everything you need to start building on what skills you have. And she's like, did we go to the same tarot reading? Like, I'm not good at this. And he goes, I see it in you, and my seeing is better than you. So I promise it's worth it. So she agrees. She's like, if I can make more money from this, that's fine. Like, and it's me kind of getting to do what I wanted to do in the first place. And so early on, Gareth takes her back and she starts apprenticing with him. But like a dangerous like side bit of this exists where Gareth actually knew that someone else wanted her as an apprentice and stole them from under him. And so now Amber's stuck in this one very tumultuous environment with some very peculiar people. That's the nicest way I could put it. They're all dressed very weird. One person's in like a fur coat, like just very extravagant. Other people are in like overalls. They're just very eccentric people. And so Amber's just trying to find her way while apprenticing with Gareth. This is by the same creator as I See You on Manta, which I absolutely adored. The art is gorgeous. There are so many different like intro cards that are based off of tarot decks. And so I really like that because my sister has read tarot for me before and I just have that connection to it. But there are so many fun little asides that they put in, like her pulling a fool card and making stupid decisions and someone calls her a fool and then she pulls the fool card later. And so it all is just the continuity. Chef's kiss. I love it. I've reread it like 3 times now.
Oh my gosh.
And I cannot get enough.
I'm so glad you love it.
It's so good.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make you read that one too.
I will.
Eventually.
Eventually. It's on the list. Now, the list has grown since we've probably last talked about it to like 600 plus series, but it's on there.
And I promise, series get removed once we've read them.
They do.
So that's even more disturbing.
Unfortunately for us, yeah.
We have a problem. But I hope that you all get to dive into some of these new series this year. I really think that these are all just going to be the best ones to start with. Like, just start your 2026 out right and read these series because they are genuinely phenomenal. And I'll be reading along with you. So, thank you all so much for joining us and looking forward to talking to you all on the next one.
Goodbye.
Bye.